I worry about the man-made catastrophes that threaten human health and, more broadly, the entire global environment upon which we are totally dependent for our continued existence. This is a sort of existential dread that I think must be getting more common among people as the threat of human-caused environmental problems becomes more out of control. I'm waiting for a seagull to come back with a shell, with like an oyster or a quahog or whatever the shellfish that they're catching happen to be. And they fly up and they drop it onto this concrete boat ramp to crack the shell open, which I've been watching them do this for 20 years since I've lived here. And I just think it's fascinating because they're clearly using the boat ramp as a tool. I mean, and they get it. They understand that the boat ramp is hard and the sand or the grass on the sides of the boat ramp are not hard. And so the place to crack the shells open is on the boat ramp, not the grass. Here he comes, here he comes. These human-caused existential crises include climate change, the loss of biodiversity, the threat of nuclear war, chemical pollution, including plastic pollution, cybersecurity risks, and the unknown consequences of artificial intelligence. This is a lot to deal with. A recent research report published in the March 6, 2024 issue of the New England Journal of Medicine looked at 257 patients who underwent surgery on their carotid arteries in the neck to remove plaque that was obstructing blood flow. The scientists were interested in looking at these plaques after they'd been removed for the presence of microplastic and nanoplastic contamination. And they found that in nearly 60% of the patients, they did, in fact, have plastic in the plaque that was inside their carotid arteries. Microplastics, which is defined as little pieces of plastic less than 5 millimeters in size. This occurs as plastic gets broken up once it's been discarded. And nanoplastics, which are billionths of a meter in size, are even smaller yet. And these are pretty much everywhere. They've been found to have accumulated in human lungs and in human placentas. It's not clearly known what kind of health effects these plastics might be having. But in this particular study, with the plastic found in nearly 60% of patients with carotid artery plaques that were removed, those patients that had the plastics had, over the next 3 years, had about a 4.5 times higher rate of having a heart attack or a stroke or dying. We're not doing much to really address these issues. We have what appears to me to be just astonishing indifference to these problems that we are causing. Why?